How goes the family? How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. All right. It's Saturday. We are live. I'm just waiting on our special guest. But we're here anyways, and we're gonna make it do what it do. If not, change the title and call it a day. But anyways, hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day out there. It's a great Saturday. Don't forget to do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? Today we're supposed to be talking with a great and exceptional financial professional, Kolenky, and go from there. You know me. I like to. It's a rarity compared to 2020. I don't get to really interview people like I used to because people are busy. I'm busy. Stuff happens, life happens, and I love to have the opportunity to be able to get other people's perspectives because I do enough talking. When it comes to everything. It's he's a financial services agent, Kolenky. So not Linsky, but Kolenky. But yeah, I love to be able to give my perspective and all that good stuff. But I like to get other people's perspectives all at the same time. And because this, I always say this, this is in the finance industry, and I just got back from getting my taxes done and whatnot because it's tax season again. And I swear every time now, especially being a business owner, from owning real estate properties to owning online business with a Shopify store, I learn something new every single day. And I could just say that, I mean, especially not only that, I learn something new every single year during tax season. The tax laws may change, if not even with the federal government, it might change regarding the state, that one is in. So it's always something. Administrations change from the governor's house to the counties and whatnot to the presidential house, senators, everything changes, life changes, and that's what it's all about. But you got to be able to continuously move on to go with the flow. And that's why a lot of times when people even grow up in a certain environment, if they stay in that environment, a lot of times they don't grow into being the best person that they can be. And even if they grow and become something great, they still have to be able to leave that environment and go other places and whatnot. For example, I know a lot of people that grew up in my hometown in Woodbridge, Virginia, and whatnot. A lot of people have, they've grown even more exceptionally as because they left the town and they were able to connect with other people and get other mindsets and get other perspectives. That's why I love to travel so much because I got more friends outside of the DMV than I have in the DMV because I like the mindset of people that are away from the whole I was prior service, which is nothing wrong with that. I have an affiliation with this, with the federal government or government entity, and that's it. I like to be around people who are business minded and investment minded. That's my mindset. I don't want to just be around people that just want to have. There's nothing wrong with having a job and having a career and whatnot, but because I'm not going to say that I can't learn from people like that. But I am going to definitely say that I like to be around people that know how to make moves outside of the norm because the norm isn't going to cut it in 2022 and moving forward. Regardless of who's sitting in the White House, State House, Mayor's House, County's House, that's all irrelevant. Regardless who's sitting on the Supreme Court, if you're not about learning how to different learning different ways to make money and different ways to strategize your money, you're going to be screwed in this economy. It is what it is. Grant Cardone says it best. The guys from Ewell University say it the best. Cash is trash. If you're not putting, it's a liquid asset, but you need to be able to put it in the actual asset, a tangible asset that's going to grow and whatnot. Money's supposed to be looked at as seeds, not just to be looked at as spending and whatnot. It's supposed to be looked at as seeds to be planted into the ground. And if you let me make sure I share this stuff before I forget. And if you're not constantly planting seeds and whatnot, then you have a better chance of starving. That is the really the best reference I can utilize, because that's when during when most of the world was rural and most people lived in rural areas and whatnot, in villages or just on the farm, period. If a harvesting came in, you starved. Heck, even in certain prisons and around the world, even to this day, if your harvest doesn't come in, then you're going to starve. That's just what it is, on some realness. I can't put it any other way. So it's that whole concept: you don't work, you don't eat. Well, we live in a time frame now. It's not only if you don't work, you don't eat, but if you don't plant seeds, the chances of you starving are 10 times bigger, 10 times larger. And that's what makes it the scariest time to live in. It's like one of the best times to be alive right now and one of the worst times. It's the best time to be alive right now because there's so many great opportunities economically and technologically and whatnot. From the blockchain, from owning a business, from real estate, from people collaborating more and more, so from people making so much money on social media. It's not even funny. But then the downside is from the people that just want to be basic and just have the 40-hour work week job and nothing else, and the people that don't want to look outside of even their 401k plan or whatever your job's quote unquote pension plan is, and not even talk about money like people talk about sports and entertainment. That's what makes it the most scariest at time to live in right now. But a lot of people don't see it that way. So bear with me right now. I'm going to check and see if our guest is ready. Um, Just give me a second. Oh, there he goes. Right on time, right on time. Here we go.
Oh,
Hey, sir, how you doing?
man, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Well, I can't complain, man. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day. So,
Absolutely.
we
Absolutely.
got the same background.
Okay, yeah,
I
we
just
in the
know,
same building.
I see that. Okay, very nice, very nice. So, why don't you introduce yourself? Because I've done enough talking, and we can just go from there, sir.
Sounds good, man. Hey, well, you know, I appreciate you, Larry. For your platform, man. My name is Jay, and basically, as of now, I'm in financial services. Right, I'm in the state of Maryland. And what we do is basically we teach people how money works because we believe once people have all the facts, then and only then can they make decisions that are in their best interest to put them, their business, their family in a better position for the future. So we offer free financial education because that's one of the areas that, I mean, if I can be transparent, that our people struggle with. So I'm the type of person I like to look out for people. So this was something that I got into, over 2 years ago, and I've been here since, and I love it, to say the least. So that's little bit about me right now in my life where I'm at right now. But
Oh,
you
very
know,
nice. Very nice. And what made you want to get into the financial services space?
well, to be honest, some years ago, Larry, I was in a position where I really didn't have a clear cut vision like I used to have a vision in what I was doing before, but that kind of came to a halt because I just got older and I got wiser. I realized, okay, this is cool, but this isn't it. There's more out there, you
Right,
know.
right.
So I just linked up with an old friend of mine, and he showed me what him and his wife have been doing for the last 8 years. I was like, wow, okay, so you guys do this, and you guys don't do anything else. I'm like, he's not. He's the same age as me. He's not smarter than me. He's not, you know. So I said, you know what? I was looking for some. I was gonna go another route, but you know what? I'll still go that route, but let me go this route first, and then I'll double back and do what I really want to do in life. But um, you know, either way, it's making me a better person, and I'm able to help people. That's what really matters. Adding value to other people. That's what it's all about. So
Absolutely, absolutely, and I like the fact that you said in the beginning, that's one thing that we don't talk about enough in our community, and
oh yeah,
that's why that's the main reason why I wanted you to come on the platform because you know how everybody right now the trending nonsense topic is the slap that was heard around the world. But but right nowadays it's just nothing but a distraction,
yeah,
and it's I wish we, especially in our community, we would get as excited about stuff like that or who won the Super Bowl. Like, we would put that same energy into the financial aspects of things. That's why I love platforms like at EYL University, By the Hood, Dr. Boyce Watkins, people like that, because they're intensifying the subject matter of not only owning real estate, not only owning franchises and businesses, but from your Jay Morrison's, how to utilize insurance, how to life insurance, how to even utilize your health insurance, how to utilize different retirement accounts, whole life insurance, term policy, all that great stuff. How people can win economically. They make it sound just as exciting as people look at sports and entertainment and whatnot. And I'm glad that just like people like you are in that same space because this needs to be the national conversation. I call this is the civil rights makes more sense than the civil rights, if you know what I mean. So
I like that. You're right, man. I mean, that's what really fires me up is that a lot of people need, like, really everybody needs this, but our people are in, you're familiar with the wealth gap, right?
mhm,
Yeah, so we need help. The only issue we're having is who wants it. Everyone
mhm,
needs it, but who wants it? That's the problem we face. But as long as we're doing what's right, it's all gonna work out in the end. So that's what keeps me going through all the, it's a jungle out here. So I don't gotta say too much, but um,
mhm.
that's what keeps me going. To
I
say the
know
least.
that's right. At the end of the day, that's nothing but the God's honest truth. So what specifically in the financial services are you a financial consultant? What do you specifically do on a day-to-day basis just to get people more insights?
So what I do on a day to day, in the morning, I make phone calls, just reach out to people, connect. In the afternoons, I do like interviews and orientations, or if I have like an hour, I get out. That's something that we have to say these days because the Zoom really taking over.
Right.
So I get out and go out and meet people wherever I can, make make new connections that way. Then in the evening, that's when we do like our education part.
Mm,
So we have it structured like that. So we always got new people coming in and got people going out. So that is the structure on a day to day. But what we do, a lot of what you said, the life insurance, retirement, um, legal services, 401k plans, just an overall plan for families and businesses So we're sort of like a one-stop shop, so to speak.
Got you, got you. And you're working for an organization, is it Primerica?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Primerica's our umbrella company,
Right.
but we currently have two locations right now. Beltsville, Maryland, and the other in Springfield, Virginia.
Got you.
So we got physical offices, but we have people in different states scattered around because of Zoom. We can meet like this and keep the business moving. So
Okay. And
pretty
if you
nice.
and if so say so take me through a regular day. So say if Mike wants to sign up with this organization, what is the first thing you would say to Mike or Katrina or something, to keep it even?
Hey, I mean, if Michael Katrina is interested, great. What we would do is either sit down together at the office or we would meet like this and just go over some things, to get into the specifics. And if all sounds good, okay, join the organization, join the team. I'll show you the next steps. Then shoot, we'll start booking appointments right then and there, depending on if this person is serious or if they're skeptical, because everyone's going to be skeptical to a degree.
Right.
But if you're cynical, that's a little different.
You got that right.
Because we get those too. But if you're serious, you want to make a change. Hey, let's map it out. Let's work on what your schedule is, what your dedication will be, and let's just make it happen. It's really not too much to talk about because Primerica, it's a pretty large company, pretty cool, all of that. But you're working with us.
Mm,
Our team is called Freedom is Law. So that right there says a lot. So you dealing with us, we're gonna treat you a certain way. We like to have a spiritual aspect into our business. It's not just business, it's life,
right.
we treat our people a certain way that you're not going to get anywhere else. So once you see that and appreciate it, man, we taking over the world, we taking over the state, we taking over the East Coast, right? And we just going everywhere. So that's what I would say to any new people that we meet with. Hey, what's your vision? What's your schedule? What's your why? Like
Mm,
it's so crucial. Like, why are you doing this? What wakes you up? What motivates you? Because when you're down in the slumps,
mm.
that is what's gonna wake you up and keep you going. So if you don't have that, what do you really have?
When you're right about that, and I nowadays I know one's why can't be that crazy because these last 2 years, i- if it hasn't given you a why, I don't know what will, to be honest with you. So,
Yeah,
especially all the
seriously,
people
man.
who lost their jobs that are never coming back. That's the biggest chunk right there that most people don't even talk about anymore.
I'm telling you, it's like if this didn't wake up the entrepreneur in you, I don't know what it's gonna take.
Unless living in a homeless camp sounds appetizing to them, because
Hey, I mean, Steve Harvey had to go through that. Eric Thomas,
yep,
but hey, I didn't. I didn't have to go all the way to ground zero to say, okay, wait a second.
right, exactly.
Look at what's going on in the world.
Exactly. At least with them, they were chasing something. They weren't just living day to day, because the 40-hour work crew in the next 10 to 15 years, it's going to get cut even more so, and people aren't talking about that enough. They're not talking about how the dollar is dying its slow death every single day on a regular basis, and how just working a regular job and getting a degree, that's just it's considered basic nowadays. That's not going to cut it anymore.
Absolutely. And then let's not even talk about how traditional jobs, are not even going to be there because robots and technology is replacing people.
Hmm.
So they got to start. You got to start thinking and saying, man, what can I do that a robot can't do? Because
Exactly.
a robot can do it, you can be replaced. So
At the end of the day, I mean, it's like you said, just you tackle that on, then you tackle on obviously the constant rise in the cost of living. You
oh man,
tackle
oh oh,
you
man.
tackle on the fact that people still don't want to leverage nothing. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people
Right.
aren't in the business of trying to leverage anything. I mean, people don't, you're not even hearing people that want to talk about, hey, maybe get an annuity, maybe, I don't know, get your own individual retirement account outside of your 401k plan.
Mm,
I don't know, get a side hustle. I mean, I don't know, even when I open up a business, how do I get business credit? How can I increase
yeah.
my business credit? How many business credit cards can I get? There's so much money out here, but people are just not having these conversations on a regular freaking basis. And that's what boggles me the most. It kind of scares me all at the same time.
It does.
Everybody's still acting like it's 2019 and it's not.
For real, things changed in such a rapid amount of time. You know, it was looking very dark and scary for a minute, but you have to just you have to think solutions, right? You have to think, okay, how there's a problem, how can I fix it? Most business owners, if not all of them, were solutions. They offered a solution, right?
Mm,
So if you think that way, you can help yourself, but you can help other people. You know, you help other people get what they want, you're gonna get what you want. That's
exactly.
that's every time, you know.
Exactly. And that's a lot of times, that's why I love the energy when I go to these events. I've been to the Fatherhood University event, went to the EY University event last year down in Atlanta. I don't know if I'm sure you've been down to Atlanta. The vibe down there from an economic standpoint, I love it, especially with Black folks, because first time I got to see a Black-owned grocery store, hotel. I
Mhm.
mean, the list goes on and on. I've seen, we got our own version of Amazon in Atlanta that most people don't know about. It's called We Buy Black. So it,
Wow.
I love that energy and whatnot. And it's not like I'm being racist towards anybody, but it's like everybody has an appreciation for the culture. So and I appreciate that. And I'm sure you
Yeah,
do as well. And especially you living in Maryland, you guys got that great vibe happening all at the same time as well. Whether it's in Baltimore, Prince George's County, Charles County, regardless, or if it's within DC and whatnot. I love the energy of ownership and pride, family. Like you said, there's a spirituality aspect to it and whatnot. And there's just a sense of positiveness and togetherness all at the same time. Because I think we're
absolutely.
moving away from that hate on each other nonsense for no reason.
Absolutely. It's a new day and age. It's like you said, you know, Atlanta, they're they're more open, they're more um they collaborate more, I would say, than up here. That's one thing I realized from us in areas like that. But we're
Hmm.
working on it. We're working on it. We're coming together more, keeping all the division out of it because there's a lot of that here. But we're not looking for those people. We're looking for the right people. You know,
Right.
so we don't focus too much on that. We focus on, okay, what's the vision? Where we headed? Okay, you see you see what I see? No, all right, stay where you at. You see that? Okay, let's go this direction. So
Got you.
that's how we moving nowadays. You know.
And what's the kind of vision that you would first want to see or hear in somebody when you just start to engage with them?
I mean, honestly, for one, got to be coachable.
Mm,
Got to be willing to, you know, because this is something brand new. When I first came, I didn't know anything about finances really, outside the basic stuff. But I saw that what we call a upline. You know, I
mm,
saw my upline had what I wanted, making a couple grand a month in his own business, having passive income, you know, having clients, being able to travel whenever he wanted to, having different people in different states. So I'm like, you know, that's what I want. So
exactly.
I had to drop the pride, start dressing different, start talking different, start reading books and listening to audios. Stop listening to all this negative music. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, here and there I do, right? I'm human. But if that's taking up like such a huge amount of my life in my ears, it's like that's not gonna lead me anywhere. So let me listen to stuff that's more positive and actually gonna benefit me in my future, right? And being around better people.
Mm,
So, your network is your net worth. So I started getting around better people, and immediately my habits started changing. People started seeing the change in me. So long story short, to answer your question, what I would say is, you know, be coachable, run the plays, and plug in. Just really plug in and tap in to the system, because the system works. I mean, that Primerica's proven. It's already on the New York Stock Exchange, all that good stuff.
hmm.
So clearly, company knows what it's doing and what they recommend. It works, but it's just okay. Are you gonna change? Are you gonna leave some things behind to get to where you want to go, or where you say you want to go? Because everyone says they want success and they want all their name and lights and all of that. But are you gonna go through what it takes to get there? That's the part where people fall wayside, because once they see, ooh, this is real work. This ain't, oh, I come in a couple months, couple weeks, and I'm a superstar. Hey, it might take you years. It might even take decades,
Exactly.
but it's gonna be worth it. That's, you keep that. Hey, it's gonna be worth it. It may, and this is a quote from a guy named Monte. He said, "If what you see isn't what you saw, then what you see is temporary."
Mm,
So
that's deep.
if you're going through the valley right now, okay, but you didn't see the valley. You saw the Garden of Eden, right?
Hmm.
So it's only temporary, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So if it's dark now, that's just right now. You just in that phase, but you're gonna look back and be like, man, wow, I made it. I did do it. I pulled through.
Exactly.
You know,
That's real. And I'm glad that you mentioned that it's not, it might not happen today, might not happen in a week, might even take a couple of years. But that's like anything in this life. I don't realize think people realize that it takes a child years to grow into a capable human being. It takes a relationship years, whether one's married or not, to grow into something worthwhile. It takes a career years. You got to go to school, you got to get certifications. It takes businesses years. Everything takes time. Nothing. This the people that are on online saying that you can get rich quick schemes nonsense within a couple of days. We already know what that's about. But we in reality, nothing. Rome wasn't built in a day. Nothing was built in a
nope,
day. Jeff Bezos' empire did not start in a day.
nope, nope.
Mark Cuban had to get fired from a bunch of jobs before he became the mogul that he is today. I mean, the list
Exactly.
goes on and on. Elon Musk got laughed at a bunch of times for even bringing the idea of PayPal to the forefront.
Yeah, yeah. That's it.
I
It's.
mean, need I go on? It's like, come on now.
I'm telling you, rejection is a part of failure. Failure is a part of success. So
Exactly.
you gotta fail forward, and through that, you learn from your mistakes. You learn how to not. We all gonna make mistakes, yes, but certain mistakes or certain points in your life where you feel low, it's like, I'm never gonna do that again, or that's never gonna happen again. So sometimes you just gotta go through it to get to it. That's what it boils down to. You know, but yeah, I'm excited, man. Hey, every day you wake up, you just gotta be positive, because today might be that day that you were praying for. You know,
Exactly.
this might have been the opportunity that I've been looking for, or I might have been the person that you always wanted to come on your show. You never know. So, you got to be optimistic and just do your best, right? I came a little dressed. I could have did more, but hey, I'm here. I want to look good. I want to, speak well and have something to say for the people out there listening. So,
Oh yeah, just for success. That's what it's all about.
absolutely, absolutely.
Gonna keep it real and keep it honest. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. And when people see you, they're gonna be like, okay, this is a gentleman. Not only do I want to get to know, but I know I can learn a lot from him all at the same time. And obviously vice versa. You know, and that's the main thing. So tell me, when you were talking about earlier your why, about people's why, but what's your why?
Oh, I mean, I got so many whys.
Oh, it's all. This is about you, man. I talk enough. Brag, brag, brag all day about yourself, man.
I mean, shoot. Oh man. I mean, my whys. For one, I want to plain and simple. I want to help people. Because my background, I'll talk a bit about myself and my background. Um, I'm actually first generation in this country. My parents are not from here.
Oh, very nice. Where are they from? Where you originally from?
Liberia.
Oh, snap! I'm reading a book about your home country now.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, about the inception and all that good stuff.
yeah, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, man, that's interesting. Okay, very nice.
Right.
Shoot.
So, just knowing my parents' background and what they had to go through to get here, that really shaped how I thought about life. Just being here, period. It's really the land of opportunity. A lot of people don't see it that way,
Hmm.
but if they looked at other countries and other people, what they go through, they would take better advantage of what's right in front of them. So, that's just how I grew up, my mindset, but I just didn't really know what I was gonna do. Um, I started going like, just like everybody else. Um, the music route, the entertainment route, of course. Um, but I just felt like there's more out there. I could be doing what I always wanted to do. Have money, travel, all of that. But there's another vehicle where I could utilize, where I could utilize to get there.
Right.
So that's a part of my personal why. I'm currently not married, don't have children. I got out of a relationship last year. But we were having those talks and we was, visualizing for the future, but that didn't really work out. So I still have the same vision. I'm still like, hey, well, need to start getting some accounts for my kids. I want to have different properties in different places. Want to travel, so that's not going to change. So the next generation has to be better off than me. That's another thing. So I got different ways. I want to retire my mom. I want to help other family members, nephews, nieces. Want to make sure they never have to worry about anything. Um, I mean, I still have family members back in Liberia, so
Very nice. It's always nice to have that international connection. People don't even realize that. They truly don't.
yeah, yeah.
You know, especially if you wanted to, like you said, if you got a lot of things happening here, then you could have that money circulate around the globe and whatnot, like a lot of people do. People don't realize that that happens on a regular basis.
Yeah. So the world is your playground. Once you really think that way, stop thinking so small, think big,
Hmm.
and you'll be surprised sometimes.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more so on that one. And those are, and I love the fact that you really mentioned family, and people don't even realize how important having family is. Your why being your family is the biggest and the best thing ever, because for a lot of people, even having kids or getting married or just wanting to make life better for your parents or whatnot or any other family member, that's been a big change for them, and it makes people want to do a complete 180, especially when people have kids. The moment that your son or daughter is born, that's, you know, that your life has changed forever.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you already know
Oh
you're
man.
not living for you anymore. You're living for them.
Yeah. So you gotta be you gotta be on your stuff. My thought process is let me do that before they get here, so I don't gotta make such a quick change.
Right, right, right.
Mm,
Well, you know what they say, for the most part, change is good either way you look at it, right?
that's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
know.
That's a
And
fact.
what is, so speaking of children, what would you say to the future parents right now from an economic perspective? What should they do the moment they decide they want to have a kid or the moment they know that they are with a child?
Hey, start investing. Start investing for their future. Hopefully you are already investing for yours, but if not, it's never too late. Well, honestly, sometimes it is too late. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it is a bit too late, but start now. You know what I mean? Don't, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, when I get when they're born, when I get into my new home. I get a new job, start now. And what I love about what I do is I'm not only just speaking on things, like I'm licensed, I can actually help people in these areas. So, I'll just say it, the minimum we do for investments is $25 a month. I
Mm,
mean, if you don't have $25 a month for your own future or for your kids' future, then you really need to reevaluate what's going on, because you know that's at the bare minimum. The maximum is $500 a month. So get in the ground floor and then start thinking, okay, shoot, if my money is compounding at a whatever interest rate, okay, I'm gonna have this much. But if I can contribute more, then at this age I would have more. Okay, shoot. So now you can start thinking about, when am I gonna retire? And then what am I gonna pass down to my kids?
exactly.
Right? Build generational wealth. It's really simple, but it's just that we didn't learn this stuff growing up. So it's like, it's a big gray area. It's a big mystery. But once you have the facts, what I said in the beginning. Once you have the facts and you're learning and looking at what wealthy people do and what they were learning, then you start rearranging your mind, and now you're able to do those things and actually teach it to other people. So it's not just theory. It's, well, this is what I'm actually doing right now.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And that's the thing, because I didn't realize it, because my unfortunately my father passed away when I was 3 years old, but I didn't realize the economic tangibles that he had in place before he passed away, from not only life insurance policies, but 529 plans.
right.
um
Yeah.
and then another actual individual retirement account. So because with the 529 plan, you can only utilize that for education, but with the
Right.
individual retirement account, even if you I didn't even realize this until I found this out years later, that he set one up for me and my brother, so that when we got turned age of 18, we could do whatever we want with the money.
Mm,
As you stated, as the money was, the compound interest effect took place. At 18 years old, I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. Now I get it, but these simple things, and like you said, with a small smidgen amount of, it could be $20 to $25 a month, up to 500 to more a month. You do this for your children, and they could come out of high school ahead, or college, or in college, ahead of everybody else, ahead of the class financially. And these are the things that, just to me, are just not talked about enough.
I'm telling you, because from birth until 18, that's 18 years.
18
Like,
years.
that money could just be growing. And if you just leave it alone, if you have $10,000, just leave it alone.
Bingo.
There you go.
I
Right.
mean, it's really, it's literally that simple. And a lot of people, and it's like, I'm not giving out financial advice, but I'm just saying, it's like this is just a small basic one-on-one things. I'm not, you're not even getting deep into it. Like, I'm sure when
No.
they get into a consultation with you, you're gonna go, deep diving and whatnot. But
Right.
this is just the simple principles that just need to, you don't have to be at square one anymore, but it's just all about the financial decisions you make. Are you going to, because I always look at money like a seed. Either it's going to be a seed that you just toss to the side without it ever hitting water and getting put in the ground, or it's actually going to be a seed you put in the ground and you're putting water on so it can grow. It's one or the other, but most people rather just let their seeds go to waste.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's,
if you're, I mean, and I'm gonna say it, if your car and your house looks better than your bank account and your assets, you're hustling
woo,
backwards. I can't
woo,
put it any other way.
woo. Hey, preach to them people, man. I hate saying that. Like, people with the most expensive outfit, but they ride
Hmm.
in the bus. It's like,
And being in the DMV area, you see that all the time.
oh,
So
oh man,
this is the big, because you know what a job stands for: just over broke.
that's over broke. And there's another one, just offering BS.
Yes.
Oh man.
That is the God's honest truth. That is the God's honest
Absolutely.
truth. But a lot of people, they just don't see it that way. It's like, you got to hand your kids assets, not just good memories, not just a great upbringing, but assets, homes, businesses, accounts, whatever. Even if you just want to be an
Knowledge.
employee, you could still set the game up for them to win at the end of the day. People don't realize that.
Yeah, that's true. Not to bash jobs, but
Exactly.
you can still do the same thing. You can still invest, right? And then retire at 67 nowadays. They've
or
lifted
se-
it to
or 70.
67 or 70, whatever. Hopefully you're healthy to enjoy your life after that point, but you know, you can still take advantage of these things if you're just knowledgeable or at least open to want to learn about it. Because I
Exactly.
didn't I didn't get here by continuing to be closed minded. I said, well, there's stuff out there people know that I don't know, and I want to know it. So who knows it? All right. Uh, Robert Kiyosaki. That's where I started.
Hmm.
Just
Rich
simply
dad, poor
learning.
dad, huh?
There you go. Just learning. Okay, assets, liabilities, the what's the quadrant called? The
Yeah, so I believe it's the four quadrant. Yeah.
four quadrants.
Yeah. It's
Learning
been so long.
just simple stuff. It's like, oh, okay. So this is how I've been messing up all my life. Okay, cool.
Exactly. It's like, hey, hey, it's you learn. It's like, hey, I'm a sea of knowledge. I can learn. I learn every day. My mindset is, if I go a day without learning, then I failed for the day. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I know I don't know everything. I can always be coachable, and I'm good with that.
Absolutely.
Most people unfortunately are not, because most people think they know everything just because we live in the information age. And
Yeah, I can just Google that and
yeah, exactly. It's like I remember watching when Mark Cuban was interviewed on EY University, and at the time he was studying the metaverse and he was studying Bitcoin and whatnot. And because obviously he's like, hey, how can I capitalize on this
yeah,
and whatnot? And this is a guy that never has to work a day in his life again, and he's got all these books surrounding him, and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to catch up with these guys. Hey, I got to hurry this interview up because I got class in a couple of minutes. It's like,
mm,
what is that? I mean, because to me, it's just like, if you don't want to continuously be a fountain of knowledge, of jumping into that fountain, then to me, you're just being somewhat intellectually lazy. I can't put it any other way.
that's true. You never stop learning, but what you just said, that's profound because a lot of people would think, well, once I'm rich, all I'm gonna do is travel and just spend money, you know. But the truth is, the real wealthy, they're still learning, they're still buying businesses, they're still networking. It doesn't end. It should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't be a destination like, okay, I crossed the finish line. Nah, that's when you really start. For real, that's when it really starts.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, like you said, that's the new destination. I mean, when people leave college, you don't stop learning there.
No, that's
So
when
I
it
mean, I
really.
don't understand this whole I'm going to lounge around. That's why most of these lottery winners end up being at zero again.
Oh man, ooh, that's so true, man.
Like 90% of them, they end up starting at square one again, because they
That-
lack not even just the literacy, but they lack the discipline.
yeah, that one guy who was a trash man.
Oh man.
Man, when I saw that picture and that meme, I said, "Ooh, dude, God, man, just to come right back, like, oh,
That was the saddest thing ever. I'm like, brother, if that was me, you wouldn't have heard
he
nothing
wouldn't
from
have
me.
seen me again."
Yeah, exactly. The only time you see me is when I'm traveling to do some with business and have fun, and making connections with people. But
Yeah, bro.
that's the only time you would have saw me. It's insane. I just don't understand.
Yeah, hey, well, hopefully somebody sees that lesson, that story, and learns something from it. That's all
Exactly.
I can say. 'Cause he didn't learn, so hopefully somebody else will.
I mean, I hope so, but some people, you got that, we got this I know everything generation. So but once again, man, I appreciate everything, and we
Yes,
definitely got to talk again, man, because this was a great thing, especially offline. But let
absolutely.
everybody know how they can get in contact with you.
Man, you guys can reach me on Facebook. That's where I'm most active. I got other things, but Facebook at Jay is the initial for my middle name and last name Kolenky. So that's me on Facebook. You can reach me there, DM me. We can have a one-on-one for free, right? Gotta put that out there because a lot of people charge for that. People will charge you to tell you how broke you are, which is pretty messed up. But you know, we do it for free. We can also do a free financial needs analysis or FNA.
Hmm.
See what you're making, what you can save, what your debt is, what your fin number is, your financial independence number, how much money you need to retire and not ever work again. So these are all things out there that can help you. And I'm like I said, I'm here to help as much as I can. Um, and that's really it, man. I mean, Larry, I appreciate your platform and you taking the time. Hey, this, like you said, man, we definitely need to swap contact and keep in contact. And let me know, man. I could bring my team through, whatever, man. But you know,
Definitely,
definitely shout out
definitely.
to you, man. Appreciate it.
No, no problem at all, man. Definitely, because like I know, we can learn from each other, and we can go from there. We can build on multiple levels, and that's all that matters, man. So I appreciate that, and definitely got to give you your round of applause.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
No problem at all, man. Because you definitely deserve it, and it's definitely greatly appreciated. Hopefully, you not got to do a lot of more work today. Well, the grind never stops. So, but thank you for taking time out of your busy day, man. I greatly appreciate that. And like I said, definitely got to do this again. And like I said, link up with you and your team, all that good stuff. So definitely, this is the beginning of a brand new thing, real talk. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate that, brother.
You
So
too,
you
man.
take it easy, man, and keep making those money moves up there in Maryland.
Most definitely, man. Oh yeah, where you based out of?
I'm in Woodbridge, Virginia, so I'm right down the street from
Oh, nice.
Springfield. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right next door.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Based out of the traffic nightmare known as 90 off of 95. You already know. So
Yeah. Still get flashbacks, man.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, you already know. Yeah, so we can definitely link up in person and whatnot because yeah, it's not like I'm far. All
Absolutely.
right, brother. You have a great day, King. Greatly
You too.
appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. You too.
All right. All right, family. Definitely, hopefully, you do the great three free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Contact this brother. Like I said, I love linking up with great people like this, and going to build something off of it and go from there. It's all about making the money moves. The biggest money move you can make, though, is having a great network of people, and most times people don't understand that. All right. So, on that note, I'm out, man.